This time round, it's not a lie. It's confirmed by even Manchester United that the Glazers have put United up for sale. Welcome to United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, lower right bottom corner, that's the place to be. Smash the subscription button or smashing the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this channel. And it goes by the names of United Matters channel. Guys and ladies, or ladies and gentlemen watching this channel, please we are left with close to 39 subscribers to hit 9,000 subscribers on this channel. And guys, endeavor to subscribe such that we go on and celebrate this milestone by the end of today, because we are really knowing that you guys are subscribing from 1 subscriber to 997. So I believe you know what it's all about, and it's United Matters channel. Now today I was supposed to do this story in the night, and I said, oh, let me not break it, but it has been all over social media confirmed. United is up for sale. And guess who broke the story? It's this gentleman coming in from Sky Sports, known as Martin Kleinman. He's a Sky Sports editor, news editor, and obviously he is really great at really getting stories from the different parts of the world. Now, he told us that Manchester United's owners are exploring a sale as the Glazers family seek new investment. The statement confirming the Glazer family's intentions could come imminently. So this is what the story that really came out in the morning, in the night, and obviously I'm broadcasting it live here in the morning. Then investment bankers are being instructed by the Glazers to advise on the process, which is likely to include a full or partial sale or strategic partnership with third parties. That's what the Glazers are really talking about. Then he went ahead to let us know that the Glazers family, who has owned United for the last 17 years, have finally preparing to sell it up. Then Manchester United share price is up 17% following announcement of potential sale by the Glazers, has already added almost $400 million to the club's market capitalization. So these are all stories that really came in through that United are really going to go on and do the needful. And the Glazers family have instructed banks to handle the sale of United. They expected to make this decision public in a statement on Tuesday, and obviously that statement has been produced by Manchester United, and I'm going to come out and really read it to you. And the sale of United could be far in excess of club stock market valuation. Since the latest news broke, the share price has risen by as much as 17%. That's what the Glazers, and obviously Alex Crook coming in from the Talksport told us that the possibility of the Glazers finally selling United is very, very real. And obviously that is something that really came in through, that the Glazers are really willing to go on and really sell the club, and this has been confirmed by Manchester United that the club is up for sale. But this is what we've been fighting for a very long time, and I believe every person that was required to come out and really talk about how bad the Glazers are running this club came out and really said it. And the only people that we are left to come out and really come out and wash the dirty linen in public were the players. And guess what? Cristiano Ronaldo last Sunday when United had just won against Fulham, Cristiano Ronaldo came out and said that the Glazers are really bad and they really ruined the club of Manchester United. So that was the last nail in the coffin. The Glazers are really bad to this club. They took the club to the Super League without asking the fans, and obviously it backfired. It never left Ed Woodward as the CEO of Manchester United, and the fans almost went ahead to stop the game of football that was happening between Manchester United and a side which goes by the names of Liverpool. The game was postponed. It never happened. That was really a very big blow to the club and the Glazers, that they were really running the club very ugly. And as things stand at Manchester United, it looks like they had nothing to do. They had nothing to do apart from really knowing that it's the right time for us to sell. But for me, I got something in my mind that maybe the Glazers are really coming out to venture into a different business altogether. You know what really happened way back when a story was reported about United owners, the Glazers, who fled to India to see to it that they purchase a cricket team. So looks like they are really making other business investigations to see to it that they can really find themselves into a position of buying what we call a new club that will help them do the needful. And it looks like they've found that club and they want to sell Manchester United, a club they bought close to 800 million pounds, and now they are going to get close to 5 billion pounds. That is something great that they are really getting from the club, and I believe it's something they don't really deserve to get. You know, they've invested less money. Okay, that's not the right way to really bring out this word. They've invested money in the club, but they've invested it badly. Hope that's the best way to bring out the narrative. They've invested a lot of money in the club, close to, is it 2 billion? 2 billion pounds? Is it 1 billion pound in the club? Especially in buying players, but obviously the investment was bad because they never had a sporting director to oversee the entire or the daily running of the football team of United on a daily, and that's why everything reached that level and United really slipped. But I believe this is one of the things that really brought to put Glazers on pressure. And they thought that, oh, we might lose out onto this club if at all we don't really run out immediately. And obviously, this is something that really came out on was it on Sunday or Monday? I think it came out, was it Monday? Sunday or Monday, I think one of those. And it came out and it was put out by James Darker. James Darker is a United correspondent for the Daily Telegraph and Sunday Telegraph, and this tweet read that Team Viewer are under mounting pressure to pull the plug on the 235 million pounds million-share sponsorship deal with United. And what brought all this? One, the fans have been attacking them on Twitter. That's it. And I've seen people coming out and leading demonstrations online that don't buy Team Viewer merchandise, don't use Team Viewer, and don't support them, because when you support Team Viewer, you are supporting the Glazers. Now, when they sensed this, they said, "Oh, aren't we really into the wrong?" And then, to make it worse, Ronaldo came out and put the Glazers out and exposed them. Now, when Ronaldo speaks, every sponsor will know and will get touched. Do you know why? Most of the sponsors believe that having Ronaldo is really one of that opportunity you go on and really utilize, because Ronaldo, to post an advert of your product or your company on his socials, he charges $1 million per post. Now, if Team Viewer wanted to go on and really see Ronaldo post something onto his social media platform, they would have to cough $1 million to pay to Cristiano Ronaldo. But now, when he's playing for Manchester United, he'll always post photos of United donned into that Team Viewer jersey. And obviously, he's going to post it umpteen times. And that will call for Team Viewer to get what viewership they want. Ronaldo has just hit 500 million followers on Instagram. What a better way to see to it that you keep such a player. And when he really coughs out something, obviously people like the Team Viewer will say, all right, there is something wrong in Manchester United. And if at all, one of the best advertisers that we have in the world football with lots of numbers is really considering to get out of the club and really washing the dirty linen in public of the club, then something is wrong. And that really called for an emergency meeting at Team Viewer, and they are feeling the pressure after Ronaldo came out and really did that. So Ronaldo said something that, as Picasso said, you have to destroy a castle to build a new one, or to build a new one. Obviously, the Glazers have noticed that they might lose loads of They might lose loads of sponsors, because United has very many sponsors, though you only know Team Viewer, you only know Tezos, those ones that are really so much always onto the jerseys. But obviously they've gone ahead to go on and really know that they might lose very many sponsorships. And when you lose sponsorships, when you are in ownership of Manchester United, that means you won't be getting money. And the Glazers are good at really having and sharing dividends. Remember, in June they shared close to £11 million from Manchester United. Obviously that's what they feed on, and they're so much scared of not having money from Manchester United because they've went ahead to tell us that we should expect the worst in the summer. In the summer, we should expect the worst. And I believe this is why they are running away. Reason being, the fans had put a lot of pressure onto them when they had not brought in players, and that De Jong saga was really bad. That fans of United continue to call for signing of players. That's why you see to it that they really broke the bank and brought in Casemiro and Anthony at close to £160 million. What does that mean? It means that they've set the trend. There is no way they are going to tell the fans of United that we don't have money, because the pressure is going to be there, and they cannot allow to succumb to that pressure, because succumbing to that pressure means breaking the bank and getting money. They don't want to invest in the club, and they don't want to get in other co-owners. What have they decided? To sell the club. To sell the club, because they know that where Ten Hag is taking the club, he's raising the expectations of the fans. And when the expectations and hope rises, do you know what happens? When a negative result comes out at the end of the season, the Glazers will be looked at as those people that are the ones to blame. So United needs a very huge investment, and the Glazers can't afford it. That's the second reason. A new pitch is wanted. Carrington is supposed to be put in order. Ronaldo came out and said that the Carrington is still as it was when he was here 12 years back. Everything, no new state out of technology. Very many things that really hit the Glazers down and left them wounded and bleeding. And obviously they've come out and really said they are willing to sell the club. So very many factors at United that are really forcing the Glazers to go out, but most importantly are the fans. Nowhere in history has it been seen at United fans demonstrating and stopping a game. The strategy was simple. Hit the pockets of the Glazers. How do you hit the pockets of the Glazers? Attack Team Viewer. Attack everyone who is really putting money at Manchester United. Do hashtag that we are not going to use your products if at all you don't stop giving the Glazers the money. And obviously everything is going to have to pay out as it's wanted by the fans of United. So it's really something great to see to it that the Glazers are going to sell United and they are leaving the club. And I think it's not going to take long like that of Chelsea, because that of Chelsea really had lots of things. Abramovich related stuff, confiscating his stuff and knowing where the money is going to go. So it had a lot of nitty-gritties. But here it is really open. When someone comes in through and puts in money to buy the club, it's going to be great, because Sir Jim Ratcliffe wanted to buy the club, and recently an article was put out that he is pulling out of the club, but he's having money. If he's invested close to 6 billion in this club, obviously he'll need to see to it that everything is going to come out. And there is another guy who really first came out, is it Kellington, who said that the Glazers are going to sell the club. I think people in the business world knew that everything was not rosy at Manchester United, and the Glazers couldn't handle, because they are not willing to go on and really invest in some money. So good news. And where does it leave people like Erik ten Hag, Richard Arnold, John Mota, Darren Fletcher, and very many others at the club? I think the only safe person is Erik ten Hag. One, he's a coach. He has shown that if at all you give him the players he wants, he will come on and act well. But Richard Arnold, the CEO, and Joe Mota are not at all safe. I believe if a person like Jimmy Ratcliffe comes in through and really takes over this club, he's already running Nice in France, he knows what exactly he needs. He will bring in a new sporting director and a footballing CEO that is going to go on and redo the needful. And obviously, that is going to be something that we'll be happy of at United. Having a sporting director that really knows what the game of football is all about, like Paul Mitchell, maybe even Ralph Ragnick can make a U-turn at Manchester United and becomes a sporting director at Manchester United, because he has been doing that job and he has helped very many people rebuild very many different clubs all over the world. For the English dominancy of certain players like Harry Maguire, I believe it's really going to be an overhaul at Manchester United, because money will be there, because new ownership comes in with new money. Look at Chelsea. They even wanted to spend close to £300 million, and the owner, Tony Boyle, said we can spend it because we have the money. So the new ownership comes in with lots of money. Imagine a summer of United going in with a budget of £200 million. Do you know the overhaul that Eric Ten Hag can make, provided with the Champions League, because I know going to qualify for the Champions League? Do you know how many players Ten Hag is going to come here and bring in at Manchester United? I believe that we are set for the betterment of the club, and Ten Hag is one of the blessed managers. Look at how things are really happening at Manchester United. United in its history had never spent north of £200 million in a single summer. They did in the first summer of Eric Ten Hag at Manchester United. Now, as they were crying out they're not going to be having money, and Ten Hag was really worried about the January transfer window not having money, guess what is happening? They are the Glazers moving out, and the new people are really going to go on and really come in with lots of money. I believe United is a very huge brand, and very many rich people outside there would like to come on and really take over United and inject in money, because it's like a way to save your money. Look at the Glazers. They bought the club on date. They've not accomplished that date off totally, because we are demanded close to £450 million. And now they are going to sell it at close to 5 billion shillings, and they are going to take 4.5 billion pounds away from the club. Profit. They invested nothing, by the way, because they never got any of their monies to buy this club. They just bought it on date, and they are walking away with 4.5 billion pounds. Yet they had already accumulated close to 3 billion pounds from all for the 17 years they've been in charge of Manchester United, and this has been coming in as dividends for the Glazers. But the good thing is that everything comes to an end, and our call and fight has really paid off. The Glazers are finally getting all their belongings out of Manchester United, and they are ready to hand it over to the new ownership. But I believe a lot of things are really going to come out when these Glazers leave the club. Reason being, they've caused a lot of havoc at Manchester United. The way they've been running the club has been really unsporting, and I think finally we have our club back at Manchester United, because I believe we are not going to do the same mistake. Reason being, you saw how the Premier League oversaw the taking over of Chelsea. He said they'll never in life ever accept an owner to come in through, or a consortium to come in through and buy a club on debt. They've seen how much United has suffered, because we've suffered a lot under the Glazers, and obviously for the last 10 years, ever since Ferguson left Manchester United, we've not won what we call a very huge trophy, either Champions League or a Premier League. So it shows you how these people have been bad drivers of all bad captains of the ship. But finally, they are out. But for Ten Hag, I believe he's really happy, because he knows that he's a very good guy, good at his job. He's going to be backed again this summer, and this is bad news to teams like Chelsea, Man City, and Liverpool. You see, I always told people that dominancy of Liverpool is going to be broken, and Man City, when United and Arsenal get back to where they're supposed to be. Arsenal and United have very many fans. If you are winning, like Liverpool has been winning all Man City, that means you are going to be signing huge deals like sponsorship deals. You can sign the kit sponsor like Adidas. If at all you've been winning, we would have been getting close to 120 or 50 million pounds per year from Adidas, because we will be winning and we are having very many fans all over the world. Now, getting that money means that you can go in and really sign world-class players, put them together, and obviously win. So that is one of the things that United is really going to go on and really break that dominancy. As Erik ten Hag came in through and said, every era comes to an end. And obviously, I believe you are seeing how these eras are really coming to an end. And they've been really winning these trophies when it has always been a two-team race or two-man race. This time round, United will come in, Arsenal will come in, and obviously it will turn out into a four-team race. And you know what it means when you are having good players at Manchester United and obviously doing what everything's supposed to be done. And second, you have to know that every 10 years, things change. There are always drastic changes. Now, Man City has been at the helm for the last almost 10 years, and now the 10 years are elapsing. Arsenal is coming back in the picture, and the same applies to United. So guys, thank you very much for watching again. First video of the day. Tell me what you think about the Glazers to sell Manchester United, and obviously, what do you want United to turn out in this juncture? Smash the like button, comment and share. I hand you over the mic, Lord, to take you throughout the day. I'm out.